so many things I love about Black River. There's something about teaching the next group of people that they'll run the world, that having that influence, being able to impact them, that's really important. And you can tell it brings me to tears, right? So I was, at the moment, a sophomore in college, and I met Mrs. Rhonda Pardue, who was one of the founders of the school here at Black River, and I decided I wanted to go check out what Black River was about, so she invited me to come be like an aide in the classroom for our G-Block elective course called Math Tutorial. And I came in, and there were 18 students in the room, and all 18 students needed help at varying levels, and I just jumped right in and fell in love with it. I decided that problem solving was something I've always enjoyed, and problem solving in mathematics with a whole group of students was just awesome. So that got me started here at BR, but what was really cool at the beginning was just knowing that the way they did math was different than the way I did math when I was in high school. And I fell in love with the idea that kids got to try a bunch of different methods and really explore what it meant to do math. That kind of freedom allowed me as a problem solver and a math teacher to go right full force into it, and I started inventing my own classes like backyard and front yard physics, which is all about problem solving, right? So I give them an engineering problem, and then they have a task to complete within that, and I love it. It's a great class to teach. And then within my own math department, I chair that department now. So there's lots of times when I get to say, hey, let's try something new, or let's try something that really engages our students in a way that's creative, and I kind of get to spark that and then lead the team to better things. And I really like where we're headed right now. Well, the first thing you're going to notice when you come to a classroom at Black River is that the numbers are different, right? I don't have a classroom that has 30 to 40 students in it. I've got a classroom that has 18 to 20 students in it per teacher. And you'll notice too when you come that the classrooms are all very different, right? They kind of meet the needs of the class we're in. And so there aren't rows of desks and chairs. And I also think that one thing that we thrive on is something called the Socratic method. We try to bring a big idea and challenge the students to think about something, but then really dig into things that they know about, like try to access previous knowledge and bring that to the forefront, but then creatively think about the new problem we've set forth in a way that gets them thinking about how there's an interconnectedness to our topics. So not only in mathematics am I asking them to do something that is geometrically related perhaps, but I'm also getting them to do all the stuff that goes around it, like the problem solving and the logic that goes with it. And I think that strive to connect things within topics and with materials, you're going to see that all over at our school. Our English department, our history department work closely together. Our science department, math departments work closely together. And we have projects that will cross over on curriculum. And I think that's wonderful. We need to do that, right? And I think that when students see that there aren't islands of topics and they're all interconnected, they start to bring the same amount of problem solving to all their courses. I think that's a wonderful thing that Black River does. So with any challenge, I think before you go into learning, there's something that I always encourage all my math students to understand. That the mastery of mathematics is not just the right answer. To master mathematics is more about the problem solving and about the willingness to learn from your mistakes. And I think so often that students, when they get hung up and they don't get the right answer, they just stop and say, well, I didn't get it right the first time, so I'll never be good at math, it's over. One thing I do very first week, 2 weeks of school, is we change that mindset. And we say we have to be in a growth mindset. We have to get past this idea that one answer, one way is the right way to do it. There's got to be another way for me to try. We're going to just be creative problem solvers. We're going to find another method that gets there. So when I'm teaching mathematics, I have to have him ready for me at 4 or 5 different explanations ready to go all the time. But beyond that, I just encourage the students that it's okay to be wrong. So often when you're learning something, you can learn just as much beauty from your mistakes as you do from being right. And that mindset is key, to be okay making mistakes, but to recover from those mistakes. And let's figure out how to get to the spot we want to be in, and then consistently get there again. Building a community online is just as important as being here at school. And I think one thing that first has to come from it is that the respectful interactions that we have to have. And I hope that you'll find that when your teachers are online, they're trying to get everybody involved. So I don't have just 11th graders in my 11th grade math class. I have sophomores, and I have freshmen, and I have 8th graders. And it's so important that some of those freshmen and sophomores and 8th graders get to know who the juniors are. I still would love to see faces too, so having our faces on the camera is important. And then chatting a little bit before class starts, and then having some time afterwards to express opinions and express how things are going on beyond our synchronized time too is important. I love teaching at Black River. It's just an amazing place. And I feel like here, I'm free to be a person first, impact my world, but do it in a way that makes students better at mathematics.